Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you realize that your mind is the architect of your destiny, everything changes. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, is building the life you are living right now. You are not a victim of chance. You are a creator of choice. The world around you is nothing more than a mirror of what you carry within. Change your thoughts, and you change your reality. Listen closely, because what you're about to hear can awaken a power inside you that's been waiting your entire life to be discovered. When the mind changes, everything changes. When belief shifts, destiny follows. And when you decide to live consciously, to listen daily, to think deliberately, you awaken the limitless power within you. That power is not something distant or mystical. It is not reserved for the gifted few. It is the same power that has always guided humanity from darkness to discovery, from chaos to order, from limitation to liberation. It lies quietly within you, waiting for your command, waiting for the day you finally stop doubting and start believing. Every thought you think sends a message to life itself. It's like casting a stone into a pond. Ripples move outward, unseen but unstoppable, touching everything around them. What you think today will echo into your future. That is why you must choose your thoughts with care. Think courage and life responds with opportunities to prove it. Think gratitude and life multiplies your blessings. Think fear, and the same energy that could build your dream begins to build your prison. It's astonishing how few truly understand this. Most people walk through life asleep, reacting instead of creating, blaming instead of building. They speak of luck, timing, and fate, but not of cause and effect. Yet, the law is simple and eternal. We become what we think about. The mind, like fertile soil, will grow anything you plant. Whether it's weeds or roses, the choice is always yours. Look around you. Every skyscraper began in someone's imagination. Every great company, every invention, every work of art, every act of courage, all were first born as invisible thoughts. Someone dared to believe, and because they did, the world was changed. That same creative force that built civilizations flows through your veins right now. The question is not whether you have the power, it's whether you will use it. There will always be reasons to wait. There will always be voices telling you it's not the right time, that you're not ready, that the risk is too great. But every person who ever accomplished something extraordinary began before they were ready. They acted in faith. They stepped forward even when the path wasn't clear, trusting that the next step would reveal itself. And it always did, because life rewards action. The universe responds to movement. The tragedy is not that people aim too high and miss, it's that they aim too low and hit. They settle for comfort instead of purpose, for safety instead of significance. But deep down, they know there's more. You know there's more. There's a whisper in your heart reminding you that you were meant to create, to grow, to rise beyond what you've been told is possible. That whisper is your calling. Ignore it, and you'll spend your life wondering what could have been. Listen to it, and you'll discover who you were meant to be. To change your life, you must first change your standard. Decide what you will no longer tolerate from yourself. No more excuses, no more procrastination, no more playing small. Success begins the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life, not just the good, but the bad, the failures, the mistakes. Because only when you own it can you change it. Blame keeps you powerless. Responsibility sets you free. There is immense freedom in realizing that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of them. Every habit, every pattern, every result in your life right now is a reflection of your past thinking. And if you created it, you can recreate it. You are not stuck. You are simply conditioned. The same repetition that built limitation can build liberation. So start small, but start today. Wake up with gratitude. Speak words of faith, not fear. Write your goals as if they're already done. See yourself as the person you wish to become and act as though it's already true. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. It simply accepts what you feed it. Feed it vision, and it will bring that vision to life when doubt creeps in, and it will remind yourself that no one who ever achieved greatness felt ready at first. Every leader, every pioneer, every innovator faced the same uncertainty, the same fear, the same resistance. The difference was not absence of fear, but mastery of it. They moved forward anyway. Courage is not the lack of fear, it's action in spite of it. You were not placed on this earth to simply survive. You were placed here to create, to express, to expand. You are a living instrument of infinite intelligence. Within you is everything required to fulfill your purpose. But purpose is not discovered in comfort. It is revealed in challenge. When life tests you, it's not trying to break you. It's trying to wake you. It's asking, how badly do you really want it? When you begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth, everything changes. Failure stops being something to avoid, it becomes something to learn from. Rejection stops being a wound, it becomes redirection. The people who seem to have everything going right are not lucky. They've simply trained themselves to interpret everything in their favor. They don't see problems, they see lessons. They don't see setbacks, they see setups. That is the mindset you must build, one that refuses to bow to circumstance. It begins with awareness. Notice the words you speak each day. Notice the emotions you entertain. Every complaint, every worry, every negative thought is a seed you're planting in the garden of your future. Replace them with gratitude, with vision, with faith. Train your mind to see possibility where others see difficulty. And understand this, discipline is freedom. You cannot expect to live an extraordinary life on ordinary habits. The price of greatness is consistency. You cannot read one page and master a subject. You must study daily. You cannot train once and become strong. You must repeat. You cannot think positive thoughts once and transform. You must feed your mind daily with truth and purpose. That's why you must listen every day to remind yourself of who you are becoming, to condition your mind for greatness. The person you are today is only a shadow of who you could be. There's a version of you waiting to emerge, stronger, wiser, more focused, more resilient. But that version cannot come forth until you let go of the old one. You must be willing to shed old habits, old beliefs, old limitations. The process may be uncomfortable, but the pain of growth is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Every day, remind yourself that progress is not perfection, it's persistence. Success is not built in a day, it's built day by day. Every small step, every positive thought, every disciplined choice compounds. Just as drops of water carve canyons, small daily actions carve destiny. You may not see the result immediately, but every effort counts. The harvest always comes to those who keep sowing. Be mindful of your environment. Surround yourself with voices that inspire, not those that drain. The company you keep shapes your thinking, and your thinking shapes your future. Choose conversations that expand your vision, not those that limit it. Choose habits that move you forward, not those that keep you stuck. Every moment is a vote for the person you are becoming, and never forget the power of gratitude. Gratitude turns ordinary days into blessings, routine work into joy, and opportunities into miracles. When you focus on what you have, you attract more to be thankful for. Gratitude is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It lifts your vibration, aligns your energy, and opens your mind to abundance. There will be times when progress feels slow, when nothing seems to work, when the dream feels distant. That is when you must hold on most tightly. The darkest nights often precede the brightest dawns. Life has a rhythm. It tests your commitment before rewarding your persistence. Keep going when others quit. Keep believing when results are invisible. Every great breakthrough is born in the moments when you refuse to give up. Your future self is waiting for you. The person you will become depends entirely on what you choose to do now. You can choose distraction, or you can choose destiny. You can choose comfort, or you can choose growth. You can listen once and forget, or you can listen daily and transform. The mind reshapes itself through repetition. The more you expose it to truth, the more truth becomes your nature. Every word you listen to today plants a seed of transformation. Every day you remind yourself of who you are becoming, you strengthen that seed. And one day quietly, suddenly, it blooms. The results will appear not because of luck, but because of the quiet discipline of your thoughts. So continue to listen, continue to think, continue to act as if the life you desire is already yours. Because once you do, it inevitably will be. Because once you do, it inevitably will be. That is the law of life. What you consistently hold in your mind with conviction and emotion must one day take form. The invisible becomes visible. The unseen becomes reality. You are constantly broadcasting your intentions to the universe, and the universe is constantly responding. It does not respond to what you wish for, but to what you believe in. It reflects not your words, but your vibration, your inner certainty, your dominant state of being. The most powerful thing you can do is to live each day as if your dream were already real. Walk with the posture of confidence. Speak with the tone of faith. Act with the precision of purpose. When you live as though the outcome is guaranteed, you create momentum that nothing can stop. This is not pretending, it is aligning. You are not fooling yourself. You are training life to mirror your belief. Everything begins within. You cannot expect health while speaking of illness. You cannot expect wealth while believing in limitation. You cannot expect love while entertaining resentment. The outer world is a projection of the inner one. The more harmony you create within, the more harmony you will experience without. That is why the most successful people spend time every day alone, in silence, in reflection. They understand that clarity comes not from noise but from stillness. Each day, take a few moments to quiet your mind. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Picture the life you desire. Feel it as if it's already yours. Don't just see it. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the peace that comes with it. This emotion is the fuel that gives thought its power. A thought alone is weak. A thought mixed with belief and emotion becomes unstoppable. It's easy to forget this truth when surrounded by distractions. The world will always try to pull you toward fear, comparison, and doubt, but you must remember, you are not here to live by default. You are here to live by design. Every time you choose to rise above negativity, every time you refuse to let fear dictate your direction, you reclaim your power. The mind must serve you, not control you. It takes discipline to think positively when circumstances seem bleak. But discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you wish to be. Most people surrender to their moods, but those who master themselves master their lives. They understand that action does not follow feeling. Feeling follows action. Move first. Speak the words first. Take the step first. The emotion will follow. There will come days when you feel weary, when it seems your efforts are unnoticed, your dreams far away, your progress invisible. But know this, every small act of faith, every moment you persist, every time you choose courage over comfort, you are building a foundation no one else can see. Growth often happens in silence. Success often begins unseen. The seed must remain underground before it breaks through to sunlight. Do not mistake invisibility for inactivity. When you begin to trust this process, something incredible happens. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop forcing and you start flowing. You begin to realize that the things meant for you are not hidden. They are simply waiting for you to become the version of yourself capable of holding them. Every goal demands a greater you. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. That is why inner transformation must always come before outer manifestation. You cannot bring abundance into a mindset of scarcity. You cannot attract opportunity with a heart full of fear. You must first align your inner world with the frequency of what you seek. And that alignment begins with gratitude. Thankfulness not only for what is, but for what is coming. Gratitude opens the gates of creation. It tells the universe, I am ready for more. Remember that every moment is sacred. Every sunrise is a new invitation to live fully awake. Every decision is a brushstroke in the portrait of your destiny. Do not waste the hours of your life waiting for perfect timing. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Begin where you stand. Use what you have. Do what you can. You'll be amazed how quickly life responds to movement. And when you fail, and you will embrace it, failure is not the opposite of success, it is the path to it. Each setback refines your character, strengthens your resolve, and teaches you what does not work. Failure is feedback, not finality. It whispers there is a better way. Only those who fear failure remain forever in mediocrity. Those who embrace it find freedom. There will also be moments when others doubt you, when they question your path or misunderstand your vision. But do not be discouraged. The world cannot see what you see. It cannot hear the music that moves you. Vision is a lonely gift. It demands solitude, patience, and faith in the unseen. So when you walk alone, walk proudly. The path of purpose is narrow because few choose it, but it leads to a life beyond imagination. Understand that self-belief is not arrogance, it is responsibility. You were given talents, ideas, and dreams for a reason. To doubt them is to deny the purpose of your existence. When you believe in yourself, you honor the creative force that made you. The greatest service you can give to the world is to become all you can be. The more light you allow within, the more light you cast around you. Do not seek to be better than others. Seek to be better than you were yesterday. Compete only with the person you were last night. Each day is an opportunity to rise a little higher, to think a little clearer, to give a little more. The pursuit of excellence is not about applause. It is about fulfillment. It is about living in such a way that when you lay your head to rest, you know you gave your best. As you continue to listen each day, you are reprogramming your mind. You are breaking old patterns of limitation and replacing them with patterns of power. You are building resilience, confidence, and clarity. This is not magic. It is psychology, it is repetition, it is conditioning. Every time you feed your mind empowering thoughts, you are strengthening neural pathways that make those thoughts easier to believe and live by. Over time, your reality must align with your new identity. You are the captain of your soul, the author of your destiny, the sculptor of your character. Life will hand you raw materials, pain, joy, loss, triumph, but you alone decide what to build with them. The same storm that destroys some strengthens others. The difference is mindset. You can either curse the wind or learn to sail. You can either wait for calm waters or master the waves. The path ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. There is no growth without discomfort, no transformation without challenge, but the more you endure, the more capable you become. One day you will look back and realize that every obstacle was necessary, every delay was divine, every moment of doubt was preparing you for a breakthrough. The struggle you resist today is the strength you will depend on tomorrow. Every day, choose to rise with intention, choose thoughts that empower, choose actions that align, choose words that heal. Each choice compounds, building the architecture of your destiny. The smallest decisions, the books you read, the conversations you have, the things you listen to shape the direction of your life. Nothing is trivial when destiny is at stake. You are not waiting for the perfect moment, you are creating it. You are not hoping for a miracle, you are becoming one. Each time you listen, each time you believe, each time you act with faith, you shift the trajectory of your life. Greatness is not a single act. It is a series of small, deliberate choices made every day in the direction of purpose. And so, as the days unfold, keep listening, keep learning, keep becoming. Let your vision burn so brightly that it lights the way not only for you, but for everyone who sees you rise. Let your life be proof that change is possible, that the power of thought is real, and that those who persist with faith will always find their way. Let your life be proof that change is possible, that the power of thought is real, and that those who persist with faith will always find their way. Because every soul that chooses growth over comfort becomes a beacon for others who are still trapped in fear. The world doesn't change when one person shouts. It changes when one person lives differently, when one mind awakens, when one heart refuses to give up. And you can be that one. You can be the example that reminds others of their own forgotten strength. You may not realize it now, but every time you rise above doubt, every time you silence the voice of fear and take another step forward, you are not just changing your own life. You are changing the energy of everyone who witnesses your persistence. People may not say it aloud, but they are watching. They are inspired by your discipline, by your determination, by your quiet courage. The world is moved more by example than by instruction. When you walk with conviction, you give others permission to do the same. That is the secret of influence. It begins not with words, but with alignment. You cannot lift others if you remain low in thought. You cannot inspire from a place of resentment or despair. You must first rise yourself, and then extend your hand. This is why the work of growth, though inward, is not selfish. The higher you climb in consciousness, the more light you bring to everyone around you. Your growth is an act of service, but growth will demand honesty. You cannot transform while hiding behind excuses. You must face yourself without defense or denial. Look at your habits, your patterns, your beliefs, and ask, are these leading me toward the life I want? Change begins with truth, and truth often stings before it liberates. Yet every time you confront your own weaknesses, you weaken their power. Every time you choose honesty over comfort, you move closer to freedom. Understand that the greatest prison in the world is the one built inside the mind. It's the voice that says, I can't, I'm not ready, it's too late. But these walls exist only in thought, and the moment you see them for what they are, illusions, they crumble. There is no barrier between you and the life you desire, except the belief that one exists. When you finally realize that no one is coming to save you, that you must become your own savior, you begin to understand what true power feels like. It is not arrogance, it is awakening. It is the recognition that you have always had everything you needed. The problem is not capacity, it's direction. The moment you channel your focus, your energy, your mind toward one definite purpose, you tap into a force greater than circumstance. You must learn to live intentionally. Do not drift. Do not wait for things to get better. They will not until you decide that they will. Most people wander through life like ships without a rudder, moved by tides, tossed by waves, complaining about where they end up. But those who decide where they are going, who hold a clear image of their destination, eventually arrive. It is not luck, it is law. Think of your mind as a compass. It can only guide you if you set a clear direction. Vague goals create vague results. You must know what you want. Write it, speak it, visualize it until it becomes vivid in your imagination. The mind loves clarity. Once you decide, truly decide, that something will be yours, life begins to rearrange itself around that decision. People, opportunities, and resources will appear when you commit without hesitation. Decision is the spark that ignites destiny. Most people spend years hesitating, hoping for signs, asking for guarantees. But the universe does not reward hesitation, it rewards faith. The moment you decide, energy begins to move. The path may not be clear, but it will reveal itself as you walk. You were never meant to see the entire staircase, only the next step. Trust it. You must also learn the art of perseverance. Nothing worthwhile is achieved easily. The higher your goal, the greater the resistance you will face. This is not punishment, it is preparation. Every challenge is designed to strengthen your character, to sharpen your focus, to test your resolve. The universe asks one question before it grants you anything of value. Are you ready for it? And the way you prove readiness is through persistence. Keep showing up even when progress is slow. Keep believing even when no one else does. Keep working even when you don't feel motivated. Discipline is stronger than emotion. Those who rely only on inspiration will rise and fall with their moods. But those who live by principle, who act regardless of feeling, become unstoppable. The world bends to those who refuse to bend to weakness. Remember this, nothing you do with genuine faith is wasted. Every effort, every setback, every moment of struggle is woven into the fabric of your eventual success. Life does not forget the seeds you plant. It stores them until the right season. You may not see results today, but if you persist, the harvest will come, greater than you imagined, richer than you deserve, and precisely when you're ready to receive it. Patience is a form of power. To wait with faith is not to be idle. It is to remain calm in the certainty that your time will come. Most people destroy their progress because they dig up their seeds to check if they're growing. Trust the process. Keep watering your dreams with consistent action. The roots are forming even when you can't see them. And while you wait, live fully. Joy is not something to postpone until you achieve success. It is the state of mind that draws success to you. Choose to be joyful now, grateful now, fulfilled now. The person who can be content in the pursuit is the one who will handle abundance with grace. Happiness is not found in arrival, it is found in alignment. Do not compare your journey to anyone else's. The world may move fast, but growth is not a race. Each soul unfolds at its own pace. What looks like delay may be divine timing. What feels like failure may be hidden preparation. Trust your own rhythm. The flower that blooms in the shade is no less beautiful than the one that blossoms in the sun. Every person you admire once stood where you stand now, unsure, uncertain, unproven. The only difference is that they kept going when others stopped. They listened when others doubted. They believed when others gave up. And one day the world called them successful, but long before the applause they had already won, because they conquered themselves. You must do the same. Conquer your fear of failure. Conquer your addiction to comfort. Conquer your hesitation. The greatest battles are not fought in the world. They are fought in the mind. Every time you choose courage over convenience, you win a war no one else can see. And those invisible victories are what shape destiny. There will be times when life feels heavy, when it tests your faith beyond measure. In those moments, remind yourself, you have survived every difficulty up to this point. You have faced pain before and risen stronger. The fact that you are still here means you are capable of far more than you imagine. You were built for endurance. The fire that tried to consume you only refined you. So when darkness comes, do not curse it. Use it. Let it teach you resilience. Let it deepen your faith. Let it remind you that even in the absence of light, you carry your own. For those who walk with faith never walk alone. They are guided, protected, and strengthened by a force that no obstacle can overpower. And as you continue to listen, continue to think, continue to grow, you will notice something remarkable. Your old fears begin to fade. Situations that once intimidated you now feel small. Goals that once felt impossible now seem inevitable. You begin to realize that the greatest transformation was not in your circumstances, but in yourself. The person you are becoming is already forming. Every thought, every choice, every act of faith is shaping that new identity. Keep feeding it, keep nurturing it, keep believing in it. Because the moment you become fully convinced that you are capable, truly convinced, nothing in this world can stop you.